The big tech companies such as Apple and Meta are hyping up the virtual reality technology, making it seem like the next big thing. But let's be honest here. Will it really? Is the promise of a totally immersive virtual reality really enough to convince the masses to invest a ton of money for an alternate reality? Actually, yes, I do think people will want to do that. But the question now is, can they afford this? Because you aren't really going to another reality. You will still eventually have to go back to the actual reality to eat, defecate, and shower. And to add to that, you'll need a somewhat spacious room to enjoy the benefits of a virtual reality. Oh, and the room needs to be air conditioned too, or else you'll sweat all over the device, and that'll be disgusting. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's just investigate for a second what virtual reality is gonna be used for other than gaming and watching something. And to look into this, let's see the Apple Vision Pro website to really see what it's about. Well, what do you know? You can read using the device, you can navigate using your hands and voice. It's almost as if it's an iPhone. And you can do the things you love in ways never before possible. Yeah, like masturbate. Well, it looks like it can serve as your personal MacBook computer as well, so that's a win, that's a good thing. But for the theater though, yes, there are times you want to watch the theaters alone, but more often than not it is a social thing. You watch movies with your family or friends or lover, and I don't think virtual reality will be successful targeting this. And movie companies wouldn't just create a movie exclusive for only VR because the market is not that high. Yeah. After scrolling all the way to the bottom of the website, no, I just can't justify its existence right now. I mean, when we play games with it or watch theaters or something, then the device will get warm, if not hot. It is an electronic gadget after all. And so we will sweat all over the device unless the AC is always turned on, which is really not the most efficient way to use a device. It just brings you a glorified way to try to escape reality. And now that segues to my next point. Virtual reality would not be benefiting anyone, not the happiest person and certainly not the loneliest person. With all the loneliness epidemic today, it is very clear that a lot of people are lacking the social skills to interact with real human beings. To prove my point, just go to Moist Critical's channel, Penguins, and you'll see a lot of them there. We interact with people on the internet anonymously, or if we're not anonymous, we show them the best side of ourselves, such as Instagram. But wouldn't virtual reality help us more on our social cues since it simulates reality? I don't think so, in the sense that virtual reality are marketed for people using the device for their entertainment. If you're familiar with the anime Sword Art Online, and I do think that's the eventual goal of virtual reality, where you can customize your avatar, look like a character in your favorite video game, and feel like you're in the game itself. That now blurs reality and virtual reality. Virtual assaults may now feel real and can be made real when the line blurs between killing players virtually and in real life. This is especially true when used by children. Even if there are ESRB ratings or something, you can still see kids playing Call of Duty and Mortal Kombat. So no, once a device is brought home, it's only up to the parents whether to allow the kids to use it or not. And let's not pretend that parents can always spare the time to watch their kids. There are already 13-year-olds visiting the Pornhub website. What I'm trying to say here is that virtual reality only serves to cut us off from the rest of the world while pretending it connects us. So if you think about it, you're paying a lot of money to be manipulated by these big companies. Imagine your every facial movement being tracked. Your eye movement, the way you blink, the way your mouth twitches, the faces you make on different emotions, the smiles you have or the frowns you make. But you might be wondering, what's this got to do with me? I'm not a celebrity or anything, so what would... Oh, you sweet summer child. It has everything to do with you. Ever heard of deepfake? Ever heard of voice cloning? Yes, we're also in the age of scamming people in the internet. Mr. Beast was deepfaked and voice cloned to scam large amounts of people. Now imagine a scammer sending a deepfaked you and voice cloned you to your parents, claiming that you need significant amounts of money due to medical reasons. Of course, if they're good parents, they won't hesitate to give you money for your medical bills. And now they just got scammed, all because AI was able to clone every bit of your face. So it's quite true that VR isn't well received yet because of how inconvenient it is. Imagine that you just bought the Apple Vision Pro and you're excited to use it. You wear the tin in your head and you realize that it's quite heavy. But nah, it'll be fine. You already spent thousands of dollars to acquire this tin. But the more you use it, the more you realize that using your iPhone and computer is still far more convenient than using the VR headset. You can put your phone away as soon as you're done checking something. The same is true for a computer, but a VR headset, you can also do that, but you may also experience some dizziness after using it because, well, the device alters your perception of things. And the thing is that people may not like the idea of wearing a heavy hot tin over their head all the time. Think about the iPhone. Prior to the invention of it, there was the phone, which was handheld. You can call, text, play games with it, and it all fits in your pocket. The iPhone, on the other hand, is handheld. You can call, text, play games, browse the internet, play music, and it all still fits inside your pocket. The same is true for the MacBook and the laptop. Prior to that is a personal computer that is not portable. A laptop is basically a weaker but portable personal computer. Now, the problem with VR is that the wearable headset concept of it has been on a steady decline in the past few years. And the possibility of wearing something hot and heavy and on top of that expensive on your head just isn't appealing. But hey, this is just my take on things. I just can't think of the appeal of virtual reality at this moment in time. It's inconvenient, requires a lot more space when you think about it, cuts you off from the real world. So what's your take on this? To those who have or have friends who have a virtual reality headset, is it actually fun to use or just something to be used once in a while?